Devin, that is going to bring us to crowdfunding corner.
Oh, shit.
For the week of January. I think it's going to be 31st when this goes up. There's still not a ton of games in crowdfunding, but there are a few that end in like the next 10-ish days or so. So we're going to look at 4 different projects again this week. This first one is called Click-a-Tree. Very weird name, in my opinion. But it was made by one of the most famous board game designers ever. Uwe Rosenberg. He's a German fella who has made so many games that people love. I have many of his games. A Feast for Odin is probably one of his biggest and most complicated games. It's right behind Devin. It's this one right here. You can see Mr. Uwe's name right there. Patchwork is probably his most famous 2-player game about building your own quilt. I'm trying to see where I have that one. I have 2 versions of that one. And he's done so many. I think Black Forest is his most recent game. He's kind of the guy that invented like the feeding your people and like feeding your livestock or they die. He doesn't use that in all of his games, but anyways, very famous designer. This one looks very simple. You are kind of drafting these tiles in order to put trees out. And then you're putting out harvest tiles with these little sickles on them to harvest the fruits from those trees. And you have your own little, let me see if it shows that any bigger. Where's the how to play? Maybe it doesn't have one. Oh, here we go. So on your turn, you spend a fruit of one of these, I think 7. Is that 7? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 7 different fruit tiles. And when you do that, you get to take both of the tiles adjacent to it. And then I think they'll be refilled from like the bag or something. And then you'll put those tree tiles out in front of you in like your own little grid. And then you'll put a harvest tile out with those sickles. And those sickles will help you get more fruit. And you'll keep track of how much of each fruit you have with this track where you have your own markers of all 7 fruit. And you can go up or down on there. So when you spend one, you move it down. When you gain one, you move it up. There's also these little blockers on that track where you can only remove that blocker to let you like hold more of each fruit by meeting some condition. So it looks like a very simple tile placement game, but some of these that are the most simple are the most fun because there's a lot of variability in tile laying games just by the mere fact that you're like, getting different tiles each game, and the way that you like manipulate them and orient them in your field is very different. So anyways, wanted to give this one a shout out because I also thought really quick, the way the round ends, or maybe it's how you win, is there are numbers on the side of your fruit track, and if you get that many fruit past that number, then you win. So you can move like all of them up slowly together. And if I got 6 of them past like this 6 down here, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but then you'd win. Or you can just focus on a couple and like really, bolt them up, try to get them above the 2. So I kind of like that balance where you can do either one of those to win. So looks like a pretty simple game, but Uwe Rosenberg, cool little idea here. It's like you can even get it in a wooden game box and some other, Kickstarter bonuses that always seem to exist. Shipping to the United States from Germany, a little pricey, but cool little game there. Click-a-Tree. It's on Kickstarter for 5 more days until February 4th. Okay. A couple of these are expansions to games that already exist, but I thought they were worth a shout out, so we won't spend a ton of time on them, but Darwin's Journey is a game from Simone Luciani, a very famous designer as well. I think it came out probably 3 or 4 years ago. And this new expansion is called Oceania. I don't know how to pronounce that, to be honest.
Oceania.
Yeah, love that. And you basically play as Darwin, like going, I haven't played the base game, but you move along to different spots, and I think you're kind of like watching wildlife to figure out what Darwin figured out about evolution, and this just adds more animals in Oceania. A lot of the video like went over spiders and different kinds of bugs and stuff, so more stuff in this game. For kind of heavier Euro games like these, a lot of people do like, playing them 10, 15, 20 times and then kind of refreshing your love for the game by getting the latest expansion. So probably not one for me yet, because I would like to try the base game first. But I do like those spider meeples for some reason. Spiders are probably my least favorite, like, land animal as far as like scariness. But like, there's something about like a chunky, cute spider where I'm like, okay, you can be on the planet with me. But like the scary ones, I'm like, let's get rid of them. So, anyways, what I say, this was called Darwin's Journey, Oceania. Has a lot of backers, 6,200.
Well, it's got some love
on here until February 5th. So next Wednesday. I think this next one is not just an expansion, but like a master deluxe version reprint of another very famous game called Teotihuacan, I think is how you pronounce that.
Teotihuacan.
This company, Board and Dice, made like a series of like 3 or 4 games that all started with the letter T. I think it started with Zolkin and Teotihuacan, and then I have Toledum. Oh, right here behind me. But same guy that we just looked at, Simone Luciani. Anyways, and Teotihuacan is I don't know if it's the most loved of those groups. Zolkin probably is, but it's all of them are pretty well loved. And if you really like Teotihuacan, then you can get everything for it here in a very expensive master set. It looks like it's a huge box. Probably has all the expansions, very deluxe components. It does look really cool, but man, that box looks beefy. So again, if this is your favorite game, then maybe this is something to look at. I just thought, since it's such a famous and well-loved game, I'd at least bring up this campaign here. It's on Gamefound until, what did I put here? February 5th. All right, and then the last one for this week, I think, is a little game called Postcards. And I really liked the art on this one. It's a game about riding your bike through, I think, France, if I remember correctly. And along the way, it's a pretty simple game. You play cards, I think 3 of them on your turn, and they'll let you move to the different regions of France, and you'll get different postcards. And then on those postcards, you can get stamps. And if you fill the postcard with stamps, then you're able to like send it back to your family basically and get points and score it. You're also setting up camps at the different locations, kind of on your trek around the country. And whoever can do that, all of those things the best, is the winner. I thought there was a better picture here of the game board where you're moving around, but maybe I've missed it. It's not a great picture. It's a little zoomed out. Oh, that's a pretty good one. So you're moving around different locations here. Looks like only one person can have a camp at any given circle inside those regions. So if you really like France or wanted a pretty simple game, I really like how it looks. Pretty low cost as well, especially if you are not shipping it over the ocean. But I think it's like 29. Where did I see this? We'll just look over here. Available rewards. Yeah, 29 euros, which is $31 for the regular version, or 58 for the super special one with these nicer pieces that they went over here in the deluxe pack. So anyways, that is Postcards. It looked like a cute little family game. And it's got 600 backers, but not 6,200 like Darwin's Journey. So wanted to give it a little love because I thought it looked competent and cute. All right, Devin, those are the 4 games we're going to look at this week. There's not a lot to choose from. this week. What's going to be Devin's pick of the week? I got a 25% chance of guessing your pick of the week.
I
have a
you
lot
do, and at this point, you might have a 50% chance because I'm not going to choose an expansion.
Yep, I thought that too.
So my pick of the week is Click a Tree.
Oh, Click a Tree.
Did I take yours?
I hadn't decided yet, so we'll just look at Click a Tree real quick before we determine that.
Here it comes.
I do think it looks cool. Very simple to play. And sometimes it is nice to just like place a bunch of tiles in front of yourself. At the end, you're like, hey, look, I built that. That tree makes eggplants. This tree, I don't know, mangoes, coconuts, dates. I don't know what grows on a tree.
I don't either.
Cool, Devin. Love that pick. I think of these picks, I'll go with Postcards then, since
perfect.
I also probably wouldn't choose an expansion, even though I wanted to give them a shout out because they're two big, famous games. But cute artwork, looks simple, plays in a pretty short time. I think 30 to 45 minutes, and you're just kind of trying to have the best little jaunt on your bicycle through the country. I do like your little player board too. You have this board with your bicycle on it with all spots for all your little camp tents, and then you like take them off one at a time. And if you can get farther along that tent track, it looks like you get more points and stuff. So very simple, but sometimes I'm just super down for a simple, easygoing game. All right, and that's going to do it for Crowdfunding Corner for the week of January 31st, 2025. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week for episode 45 of Crowdfunding Corner. Thank you so much for watching this video. As most of you know, gaming top-down is an independent endeavor. I don't accept money from publishers for previews or opinion-related content, but there are a few ways that you can support the channel and help me keep the lights on. Liking this video and subscribing to the channel helps me to grow. If you're thinking of getting a game that I covered in this video, please click the affiliate link in the description of this video. It helps to support me and doesn't add any cost to your purchase. I also do a weekly gaming podcast where I talk about the board games that I'm playing along with my brother. You can check that out on Apple's podcasts and on Spotify. And you can also get that podcast 3 days early over on our Patreon. You can follow the Patreon at patreon.com/supergamebrothers completely for free. But if you do support us over there, you get some extra perks, like being able to write into the show, getting early access to the show, voting on the games that I'm going to cover and review, and lots of other fun stuff. Thanks so much for your support, for liking and commenting on my videos. You really are what helped keep the lights on for me. Thank you.